You and I have both experienced that pain. You strive for your justice, and I strive for mine.
Hello guys and gals, me Mürder, and normally I'm a happy-go-lucky guy.
Who the hell was that guy? And what's going on, Read My Lips people? We are back. Back like we ain't never left, baby. So, civil unrest is still afoot. We're going on day number 3. I believe it's day number 3. 3 or 4. They all start to blend in after a while of the protests and the rioting and what's been going on after the George Floyd murder. And it's escalated farther than I ever anticipated. I feel crazy. I was supposed to get a haircut today. It didn't happen. Am I looking crazy, guys? I think I'm looking crazy. But there's been a woman charged with attempted murder of 4 New York Police Department cops during these protests. Now, this is major for a couple different reasons. Number one, if the media gets a hold of this the way it wants to, it can really spin the narrative, which they've already been trying to do, right? They've been covering more of the rioting and looting versus the peaceful protesting. Connecticut had some protests today, and they were all peaceful. Nobody was doing all these crazy things that you see going on in other places, these scary things that are going on. It was very much peaceful, and everybody was in accordance with each other. But the media is usually going to cover, the riots and stuff like that because it's sensational news, and it sells, and that's just what they're going to do. But yeah, this is no bueno. This is no good. What just happened? This is not helping the cause. If anything, this is setting us back some. But let's look at what happened. So, a woman was charged with attempted murder of 4 New York Police Department cops during protests. She was charged after hurling a Molotov cocktail, yes, Grand Theft Auto style, into a marked occupied police van in Brooklyn.
That's crazy.
The device did not ignite, and all of the officers got out of the van safely. Her name is Samantha Shader. She's from Catskills, New York, and she tossed an incendiary device through a rear window of a van at the corner of Eastern Parkway and Washington Avenue around 10:40 p.m. Shader then allegedly bit an officer on the leg as she was taken into custody. She faces 4 counts of attempted murder of a police officer, attempted arson, assault on a cop, criminal possession of a weapon, and reckless endangerment. Okay, all right. So I just want to pause for a second. Had that gone as planned, there'd be 4 dead or gravely injured police officers right now. And so here's the thing. With the current climate that we have, there's a lot of people that aren't even going to care about that. I know that sounds crazy. But it's true. If those 4 cops would have been murdered, people would have said, okay, well, we're starting to catch up to what you guys have done to us. How many more do we have to go to, or even? That's what I've been seeing. There's very few people that are mad at her for what she attempted to do. And I get it. People are angry now, and I'll show more of this anger in a few. But yeah, this was her plan, was to eliminate these 4 police officers. Shader's sister, Darian, who's 21 years old, was also taken into custody after she tried to interfere with the arrest. She's charged with resisting arrest and obstruction of governmental administration. And look, in other incidents that's happened, cops were hit with bricks, brass knuckles, and bottles. And, there are people boo-hooing about that. The head of the Detectives Endowment Association was saying that, these things aren't okay. And I agree with you. At the same point, I also say it's not okay about the cops who have been attacking innocent people uh, recklessly for no reason. Peaceful, innocent protesters. So I was on a live stream today. It wasn't a planned live stream, but I was invited on and I went on. And basically during that live stream, one of the contributors there, Faye, who I also interviewed with at the Yang Gang Roundtable yesterday, shared a story from a young lady who was knee deep in these protests. And this young lady and a bunch of other, protesters were kneeling and peacefully protesting. No cops were in danger. They didn't have any weapons. And the cops started tear gassing them. Just because. Tear gassing them. People were being beat, hit with batons, and assaulted. And the officers were the aggressors in this scenario. So it's going on both sides. Let's just be honest. Yes, what this lady did was way over the top. You threw a Molotov cocktail, Grand Theft Auto style, through a fucking police van. But the protesters are throwing bricks and glass and what have you at cops. That's an issue. And the cops that are attacking protesters and tear gassing them and beating them, innocent protesters, not rioters or vandalizers, that's also an issue. But this lady she's really screwed herself because she's probably going to go away for a very long time. Her sister, not so much. Her sister, it's probably going to be a slap on the wrist. But this lady's going to go... I dare say this lady is going to go away longer than the officer that was on George Floyd's neck. Let's save this video, bookmark this video, favorite this video, and let's look. We're going to come back and look at the charges. At who gets more time? Samantha Shader or what's his name? Darian? I can't even remember his name. I don't have it on hand. Or the asshole that murdered George Floyd. I wonder who's going to get more time. Please remember this video so we can come back to it and compare and contrast. Because I'm almost certain she's going to get more. She's going to get more time. Crazy. This is crazy. So the other thing that happened is that there's a huge fire now in Nashville, in the Nashville courthouse and City Hall building, which is historic. So people are burning things to the ground, and I'm just wondering, like I was talking about on some of the recent live streams I've been on, there's been some plants starting, fires and breaking windows and attacking people and making destruction. One guy, and I think it's for certain now, has been identified as a cop. His ex-wife has come out and said, yes, that's my husband. He's a cop. Now your ex-wife is probably gonna come out and identify you quick fast. His ex-wife was like, oh yeah, that's that motherfucker.
Ooh, girl.
She wasted no time. His ex-wife was like, it's him. She was straight Takashi on him. She called him out quick, fast, and in a hurry. But she came out and said that's him. So you have this cop pretending to be a protester, causing all sorts of chaos and destruction. So I don't know if it was the protesters that burned down this courthouse, or if it was these plants here, these people here causing chaos that burned it down. But let's get into it. So articles around the net go on to say protesters started a fire at the Nashville's Metro Courthouse Saturday night. The fire appeared to start in a first-floor office building a little before 8:15 p.m. Around 8:45, Mayor John Cooper declared a state of civil emergency, and police announced a 10 p.m. curfew for the city shortly after 9 p.m. Dozens of protesters had gathered on the steps of Nashville's criminal courthouse and city hall after a rally in March. Demonstrators smashed windows with rocks and other materials, drawing a swarm of police at the situation, and the building appeared to subside by around 7:30 p.m. But by 8:15 p.m., fire was visible from the first floor building. A short time later, police with riot gear arrived as a fire burned inside a window at a city hall. Officers deployed tear gas as rioters clustered at the center of the public square. So the last thing I've seen about that building is I think it's like major destruction. I think it's like decimated. I could be wrong, but from the last thing I've seen, that's what it said. But again, in times like these, you have to really be careful with articles and really be careful with the news that's coming out, because it's coming out so fast and people are so trying to quickly get the message out there that it's easy to spread misinformation. So that's why I'm not too quick to say, oh, this happened for sure. I wait till, I delve into and read and see from credible sources what's going on. So, yeah, Nashville courthouse and city hall building burning. Now, other atrocities that's going on here is yesterday, I believe it was yesterday, maybe a little bit at the day before, CNN reporters were arrested for simply doing their job. They were finally trying to do their job. They're good at shit like this, right? They'll go in the thick of shit like this. Speaking, let me just pause for a second. Matt, from the Matt and Zach show, was knee deep in the protesting, and it was last night, and a lot of the Yang gang was watching it. Trumper for Yang was watching it. Fred was watching it. Boyce, Russell, we were all watching it. He had a live stream going, and his phone dropped a couple times. He got shoved. It was an intense situation, and he planted himself in the middle of that. And you're a brave son of a bitch, let me tell you. And I'm glad he's okay. But these things can get intense. And so these CNN reporters were there, and they were arrested. Now, I actually have some commentary about that. I'm going to play that, and we're going to come back.
Some absolutely unbelievable events unfolded live on CNN this morning that we wanted to bring to you. So CNN journalist Omar Jimenez and his entire crew was arrested by Minneapolis police as they were on the ground reporting on, of course, the scenes of chaos that we've all been watching unfold there. Let's take a look at exactly what happened.
And this is a scene here playing out in Minneapolis. This is part of the advanced police presence that we saw come over the course of really minutes when the local police showed up at the fire department, or with the fire department, I should say, on that building we showed you that was burning. This is among the state patrol unit that was advancing up the street, saying and scattering the protesters at that point for people to clear the area. And so we walked away. I'm sorry?
You're under arrest.
Okay. Do you mind telling me why I'm under arrest, sir? Why am I under arrest, sir?
Officer's with CNN and he's on the air right now. You are arresting him live on CNN. We told you before that we are with CNN.
I believe they're about to, we're all about to be arrested. That's our producer. I'm probably going to be taken in a minute. We were just, like I said, just reporting on the closure.
Absolutely chilling to watch unfold
That is
live.
one of the most outrageous things I've ever seen. You can clearly see Omar has his press pass right out there.
They got their
Tell them
camera.
over
They're
and
live
over
on
again,
air.
Live on the air. Omar told them, he said, hey, where do we need to move to? What's the issue? Now, in the ensuing, that happened at the top of the hour this morning. We have a statement from CNN which immediately demanded the release of Omar from Minnesota State Police custody. Now, then further reporting indicated that the head of the network at CNN, Jeff Zucker, spoke with the Minnesota governor, and the governor assured him that release was imminent. And just before we started taping this, at approximately 7:30 or so, Omar was released. He said that the police officer showed him no animosity after they arrested him. I guess that's good to know. But he said that he was asked specifically, hey, like, why are you arresting me? He says, hey, man, I'm just following orders. So who gave the order? Who gave the order to arrest an American journalist live on the air?
So, I mean, utter chaos out there. Utter chaos. And then there's a clip going around of reporters being fired at randomly for no reason. Just doing their job. They weren't even that close, and officers are shooting rubber bullets at them. Please be safe. Please be safe. These are trying times right now. And during the last live stream I did, I was saying that I spoke to my mom about these things that's going on, and she said something that, I knew, but it was interesting hearing it come from her. She's seen this before. This is nothing new. We've gone down this road. I've said it before. We've gone down this road multiple times. So a year and a half from now, it'll be another unarmed black man, and rinse and repeat. We're going to have to do some major changes from the ground up. In the last live stream I was on, there was a lot of great ideas going on. If I can find a link to that live stream, I'll put it below. Or if I can just find the live stream itself, I may do a re-upload of just that part of the conversation we were talking about. We had some really interesting ideas that I think would be great for everyone to hear. So I'll upload that on my channel. If I can snag that live stream, I got to look for it. But yeah, this is nuts. Like I said, I'm going to keep covering it. What I had planned for today was the incumbent that was coming to take Mitch McConnell's seat, who also believes in universal basic income. But I just figured these things were very relevant, and as an independent news source, I just wanted to cover these things. So I know, I said it the last two videos, I know everything hasn't been super Yang focused, but I think Yang would tell you himself, read my lips, I want you to cover these situations. I think Yang would tell me that himself. Okay? And then I'll keep doing live streams. I have a live stream tomorrow with the Everyday Progressives, and it's at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So definitely feel free to come check out that live stream. I've been doing a ton of live streams lately, and I have more on the horizon. I know I got a Nerds for Yang one to do soon. This is the chaos that's happening right now. So please be safe out there and fight the good fight. So if you like what you see, if you like what you hear, please like, comment, subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. If you don't, let me know in the comment section why. I'm always down to talk about it. I have a Cash App, a PayPal, a Patreon, and a Venmo in the description below. Please feel free to donate to the channel. Every little bit helps. Hopefully I'll be talking to you guys soon. Have a good one. Peace.
Sometimes I'm feeling high, but sometimes I'm feeling low. I wanna stay inside, I could call my bed my home. I've been trapped inside my mind, that's what keeps me in the zone. I think that I'll be fine, but I do not really know, yeah. It's too late for me, not too late for you. To be great, you'll see, the pain's worth the truth. I don't wanna be just someone that's new. I speak my mind so free, so you could hear the truth. Yeah, I know that we all have fear. In the back of our minds we hear the devil that's in our ear. Let it push you to see more clear. I don't wanna think about the pain no more. Everybody's not the same. We all open different doors. Yeah, we've all got different brains. That's what keeps starting these wars. I just stay within my lane. Hope my words even score. I just try to keep it real. Find a way to buy